All right, it's time for us to start. As a reminder, I just passed my funded next challenge. Would you give us some tips to not blow the funded account? All right, I get your point. Yeah, same thing for those who have already joined the session. If you want me to talk about anything you want me to talk about in the session, or if you have a question to ask in the session, you can be mentioning them in the chat box so we can go ahead. If you got anything apart from us, because the session of today we're going to be talking about two topics, mostly two topics, like mistakes new traders make. There's mistakes, they will even involve me talking about you have first passed your funding next account, your profile account, but tips which will make you not grow the account, which are also becoming through tips to profitability or tips which will lead you to profitability. So if you have that thing you want me to talk about as well, apart from maybe including the session, including the session topics, yeah, it's fine. Noir Blaze, Lazy is Bernard. It's not time yet for you to maybe for me to allow you talk in a session right now because we're waiting for other members to join. As well, you can be mentioning what you want me to talk about in the session so that I will be able to so it will be able for me to it will make it easy and save time for you. Do you think the dollar is gaining strength? I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out in the chat as well. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out in the chat. As well, this session will be a recorded session. It will be a recorded session. It will be a recorded session for those who might miss the session or who might not be available for the session. They will watch the recorded video as well. So as we are going to start, as we are going to go ahead, I'm going to manually start with as a minute. All right, let's start the session. Uh, for those who joined after me after me talking about the like the topics which you're gonna be talking about in the session, as you can see it on my screen, we have two main topics on this session of today, live session of today, whereby there are new traders who just come in the market. As well, most of you or most of us who are in this session, let me say that most of you are new traders. who are starting to trade, or else you are either an intermediate trader. You have started. It's not yet. You haven't just spent a long time ago in the session. I mean, in the trading industry, and you are not yet on that level where you can say, okay, I'm profitable or I'm making money, or you are on that level of you saying, okay, you are in the era of you creating the progress, like you are making money consistently. You are making money, or else like to say you're on that level where you can say, okay, I can now make trading a career. Most of us start trading whereby we want us to get to be on that level whereby we want to make trading as our career. We want to we want to start trading, and we want to make money from trading. We want to focus on trading. We want to make trading as our daily job. As most of us, that's the most thing we focus on when it comes to us starting to trade. So what now I'm focusing on, or what I want us to talk about in the session of today, I want to make sure you are going to understand first of all why did you start trading in the first place? Because as we have different goals when it comes to trading, we do have different goals. Like there is someone who will just come, who will start trading with the purpose of I just want to make some money. Like I want to make it as I want to make trading as part of, like I want to make trading as part of my business. I just want to make it as a hobby, or I just want to start trading as just I want just to trade. You get my point? There is another person who just come with a purpose of him making money, like with him depending his life on trading. There's someone who comes to trade with a purpose of I want just to depend on trading. My daily expenses, me taking care of the family, it will all be based on me trading, or me with the charts, me making money from forex trading. And whereby now, if there will be now different kind mindsets, whereby someone with a mindset of him making money from trading just for daily life, to take care of the kids, to take care of the family, we'll be having a different mindset to someone who just comes with, like, he treats trading as a side hustle or a second hustle. You get my point? Whereby there is now a stage whereby someone can just, if if someone is trading, if he just gains $2 or $10 a day, he'd be like, oh, fine, it's okay with me, because I'm just trading to just add up. I'm trading to just add some money in my pocket, or I'm trading to just create that I'm trading to just to just accomplish, or I mean, I already have a job, I already have what to do, I already have a business, but now I'm focusing on me now trying to, maybe if I'm trying, I like trading, I do love trading, but now it's not my main business. I treat trading as my second hustle. It's a side hustle. Most of the people just treat trading as a side hustle, whereby you are playing with something which can be your main income in general. Because there are most of people who just trade. You get my point? It's that's their living. Like that's where they find, that's the source of their income in general. That's the main source of their income. That's what pays their bills. That's what they focus on daily. That's what they know. Oh, if I'm entering in a trade, this trade have to pay my monthly bills, have to pay my weekly bills. This trade have to, like, it have to cover all my expenses in general. Whereby there is now another person who just come, oh, I want to trade to just accomplish what work can give me. Now try to think, depending on any country you are in right now, because excuse me on that, in this session, I'm gonna be using more of English. I'm gonna be using more of English. I'm Rwandan. I'm from Rwanda as well. I know pure Kinyarwanda. I speak pure Kinyarwanda. I was born in Rwanda. Everything I was from Rwanda. But now this session is my academy is involved with different people from different places of the world, whereby like we're gonna be finding people from either Nigeria, people from Zambia, people from Zimbabwe, people from wherever, people from USA, depending on where you are right now. It's better, I guess it's better for me to. I'll also be adding Kinyarwanda. Ndajya nkoresha Ikinyarwanda kuko ndakivuga neza, ndacyumva neza, nta kibazo. Aho utumva neza cyangwa se where you be confused on some things, or if you're not comfortable with Kinyarwanda, or if you're not comfortable with English, because I'm gonna be using English most of the time. If you have any question, you'll be mentioning it in the chat box. You can mention it in chat box so I can explain it properly in your appropriate or in your favorite language as well. So for us to make it easy for us to make this session to make this session greater, and as well to make it uh like as great as I want it to be like. So uh I want now to us to be flexible in the session as well. To mean, if I want you to be flexible in the session, I'm not telling you to share your screen, to on your video, what. I want to make sure like I want you to, if you have any single, because this session, I always have one free trading session. To me, I always take one trading session, like one free trading session in my academy per week. One trading session, like this session whereby I can analyze live. I can, I will analyze live. I will give signal live. I will trade live sometimes. So from there, it will be easy for everyone who is in my free Telegram channel, for it to make impact on his or her journey. You get my point? So what I mostly focus on is for me to create that impact in the community, in forex trading, new traders community. There are most of mistakes which I've made when I was starting, which I don't want you to make. I don't want you to learn from mistakes, like to learn from your mistakes mostly. Okay, we do learn from our mistakes from in the long run, for the results for the long run, but I don't you to learn from mistakes, because people won't learn from mistakes. In trading, your mistake is a loss of money. You get my point? It's a loss of money. You get my point? So I don't want people to make it to the extent where you are learning from your mistakes. You are learning from you losing money. You get my point? So for me to avoid that in my community or in my traders or in my free Telegram channel, either on my YouTube, either on my Instagram, either whoever will join, depending on where you are, I want you I want this to create impact on you. That's why if I'm offering a free session, one single session, free session like this in a week, it should create and should open up your eyes in a better way to mean uh even if you're not in my academy, even if you are not, for those who already wants to start trading, there is an opportunity for you for this April intake. Every month I take new students, at least maximum not more than 20. I just this my group is like people who already follow me. I know there are a lot, but I always take, for those who request me I want to start trading, I take not more than at least 20, not more than 20 every month. Get my point? So from there, there is an opportunity for April intake for those who wants to start trading, or who wants to start to learn, or who wants to join my community, or who wants to join my signals group. There is an opportunity for April intake which is open right now. You can book your seat if you want. Otherwise, these free sessions I offer every single week. If you're not in that the range of you starting to learn, you can be following this session. I only take it once a week for me to share important, for me to keep you in the like to for me to give you that base, that startup base. And I know there is some people who have been texting me to say, I already appreciate your live sessions. I didn't know anything about trading, but now I'm good because of your live sessions. This is why it's important, if you are not in my academy, it's important for you to follow up this live trading that you do take mostly on Monday or Tuesday, depending on the market condition. We would have took it yesterday, but now Monday is not that the market is not active. So I shifted it to today. That's why we're taking it today on Tuesday, 25th March. So now that was the introduction of what we are going to be talking about in general in the session. Mistakes new traders make, mistakes I don't want you to make in your journey trading, starting how to learning how to trade, and the tips for profitability. So to me, this group, I consider that this session is including people who are starting to trade and people who are already traders. To me, people who are already traders, I will be sharing them tips to profitability, which you will overcome them by you looking after how you have been doing in your trading journey, or what you have been doing, which have been making you lose money, but you didn't know about it. You get my point? There are some things which we believe works or which we do find it everywhere, like, oh, okay, oh, I saw this people is trading, is doing this and this, I'm trying to copy this person. And then you forget about you focusing on yourself, you focusing on now, okay, what do I want to be? I want to be a trader. Which kind of trader? There's different million traders in the world. So now, and then you find yourself in a situation where now you are focusing on you're focusing on millions traders around the world who are struggling. Someone say that he thank you for thinking about us who are struggling to consistency. Yeah, that's the thing. And someone said analyze for us God, GBP, USD, and Euro USD. Oxac 3, I'm gonna be analyzing God and GBP USD today. For those who are in this session, or for those who trades God and GBP USD, I'm gonna analyze God and GBP USD at the end of the session. So this is what we are gonna be trading today. God and GBP USD at the end of the session. That's my analysis after me sharing about the skills here. And few saying thank you for thinking about us who are struggling to consti- consistency. I already know that because it's hard for you to achieve that. It's hard for you to achieve that because there is a lot of noise around there. Someone is showing screenshots of to deceive people. Someone is sending screenshots of I made $1 million from $10 from, and they don't even show about what they have lost in general. So that these things will deceive you in a certain way whereby you feel like you're not doing anything. You feel like you're not progressing. You feel like, to me, if let me say in Rwanda, let me not say Rwanda, maybe because there are not a lot of traders in Rwanda, which I can say I believe these are traders or like they are not a lot. Maybe I can say there are some who I know, like maybe let me not mention the name, but I know they are there. But they're not a lot to the extent where I can say I know 100 traders in Rwanda who are already traders. Apart from the one who I know I trained myself from my academy to say, oh, these are traders, because I know I gave them the skills which I know they work in the market. So if I have to count to say, okay, I know traders in Rwanda who already knows how to trade, I can mostly start from my student, the one who I know that I have trained, and some traders who I already know who are out there. There, I know some traders who are there, but now I want now to know to create that thing whereby okay, there is a community of traders in Rwanda. You get my point? In Rwanda, or there is a community of traders in East Africa. There is a community of traders in USA. Black people trading, traders, black who came maybe from Africa, who came from wherever. There is a community of traders in Zambia. There is a community of traders in Tanzania from my academy. You get my point. So from there now, for me to achieve that is for me to know, okay, I have what worked for me, and now for me to create my own community because it's important. Wherever you go, I don't know whoever who is in this session, there are big chances for them, for anyone, for one of you or 10 of you to be big people in after 1 year or after 2 years. Because trading is I won't say it's a get rich quick shame, because the experience I know about trading, once someone starts trading and understand how it works, it's not a big time for that person to achieve uh, what I think someone can say this person is successful. It's not a big time for you to take more than you learning how to be an engineer, and it will take you 15 years for you to be successful. Once you know how to trade, it's 1 year, 2 years is enough for you to be a successful person. Someone bought a car, someone bought a house, a confident life, like someone to be confident. Get my point? So for you to achieve all these things is for you to know mostly what really works in the market. Get my point? This is when the first thing you need to know about before I even start over with both of this is for you to know to remember that there is a lot of noise out here. There is a lot of people who are calling themselves traders. There is a lot of people who are calling themselves traders to deceive people, or to deceive, or to just promote whatever they are doing in the first place. Like, if possible, once you know that you're already progressing, once you know that you have skills, if possible, unfollow me, unfollow whoever trader you know. You get my point? Because me, myself, I'll be honest with you. I can choose, me, myself, I'll be honest with you. I can choose what to share with you and what to not share with you. Because maybe I might not care on, we are human beings. I might not care enough, or any trader might not care enough who is trying to follow me or is trying to, in the first place. You get my point? But now it's, okay, since I'm on internet, I'm following this trader, I'm following that trader, I'm trying to learn how to trade. Now that trader he shares what he wants me to see, but there is what he doesn't want me to see in the first place. So to me, it's me to decide what I want to take and what I don't want to take in the first place. So to simply mean that if you're already starting to learn how to trade, if possible, focus on one single. Take your time and analyze whatever the person tried and say, okay, since I already know there is a lot of people in this industry trying to call themselves traders, maybe to try to get money or to take money from people, focus on one trade. I'm not telling you to focus on, if you already have any single trader, which you knew before me, who you trust more than anyone, focus on that trader. I can even tell you to unfollow me, to move out of my group and follow that single trade and follow, and who you already know had he or she is progressing, and he matches the skill set you want to achieve, or the skill set you want to get in the forex industry. You get my point? So for you to remember that now there is a lot of noise in the forex market or in the forex industry, you need to first of all remember and decide to say, okay, since I already know that I want to start to trade, and I already know that for me to achieve that, I need a mentor to mentor me, or I need someone to like to guide me in this way. So this is me now to remember, okay, I need to choose what to focus on. I need to choose one way to focus on in general. If it's one trader and I already know, like I already know like how to, in general, how to analyze, let me say like that, for example, or I already know a certain trader who, for example, who who matches my energy, who matches my strategy, who matches what I want to run in first place. Focus on that trader and forget about other people. And now, if you're on that level of you are progressing progressing, you know how to trade, you know the strategy, you know how to analyze. What is stopping you? What is stopping most of people to know how to trade is you're focusing on a lot of traders. You're focusing on other people's success. Whereas your success is different from other one's success. You already know how to analyze. You already know how. Imagine if you can pass a challenge. If you can pass a challenge, you already know how to do. If I even have to tell you something, apart from you maybe looking for a community, a trained community for it to motivate you when it comes to you, muting these mistakes, simple minor mistakes, apart from you looking for that. Otherwise, I would advise you to even cut out all these noises and follow these traders. Like, because they choose what to show you, and there is a lot of things which they choose not to show you. So for you to avoid these things which deceive you, which makes you, in case maybe, think about that time when you had a losing day. Let me say, for example, think of that time when you had a losing day. You will start to think, okay, my strategy doesn't work. Maybe, maybe something is wrong. And then when you find out someone else, maybe for example, someone else somewhere, he had a winning trade on that same, on that same, on that same setup you took. You start to think, oh, this trader knows how to trade more than me. And then you forget about, there is time where that same trader loses. You start to adjust your strategy. You start to think of, okay, let me change something in my strategy. Whereas you already know how to do, but there is you not knowing that there is a losing day, there is a winning day, and there is a losing day. You get my point? You need to remember there will be always a winning day and a losing day. So for you to now look after like different traders, I follow this one, I follow this one. They are posting, like they are posting me. They made million, they made 100K, they made a lot of money from this and that. And then they will deceive you in an extent where once you had a losing day, you start to follow what they trade. You will start to look for, okay, I'm now going to start to follow their strategy, and you forget that you have a winning strategy already. You know how to trade, you know how to analyze the market, but then what you're doing is now you're starting to think, because you had a losing day, you're not being patient to accept your losses, and now you're starting to think of, okay, uh my strategy is not working, so I'm going now to be focusing on this one strategy, because I lost this trade today, and then because one other person lost that won that same trade, I will start to think, okay, this person knows how to trade more than me. It's not the matter of who knows how to trade, it's the matter of handling your winnings and your losses in this industry. Forex trading doesn't mostly depend on who knows how to trade, because there is a lot of people who, like, if you, for example, if you can pass a challenge, you are good enough to start trading as a career, for example. Let me say like that, as your source of income in general. I will say that because there is a lot of, it's a challenge, you get my point. There are different things which will challenge you. If you can overcome them, that is to simply mean you're already a trader. You get my point. You're already a trader. You're now trying now to focus on you improving yourself. So for you to improve yourself, in the first place, I firstly talked about cut out those noises. These people who you are following many traders, you're following this trader, at least maybe have one trader who you know you can, who you can follow their system, for you need to avoid that confusion, and for it to boost your learning error, to the extent whereby if you're starting to trade, if you're learning how to trade, obviously you will learn it from someone. But if you are learning from uh from this one, let me just give example of people I know. For example, if you're learning how to trade from Diamond, and you're learning I'm giving examples, right? You're learning how to trade from Diamond, you're learning how to trade from Banner Boy, you're learning how to trade from Davido. These people have their different ways. Let me just say it in the form of music. I'm learning how to sing from Davido. I'm learning how to sing from Banner Boy. I'm learning how to sing from Simi. I'm learning whoever from Blues Melody. I'm learning how to sing from the band. Wherever these people, they have their own way of singing, unique way of singing. Now imagine you have one head and you're focusing on all these people. Shift it and bring it to trading. You're focusing on different traders who they have different ways of trading, and now you're trying to to put them in one strategy and then start to trade. This is when you will one person's strategy will tell you to sell, and another person's strategy will tell you to buy. And then from there, what will happen is there you will find in yourself in a situation whereby, okay, what do I do now? Do I know how to trade? I think I don't know how to. I think I should go back to YouTube and start training in the first place. You get my point? Which that will lead you to the extent where you will find yourself in a situation 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you are still in that era. Because of what? You forgot that there will always a winning day and a losing day. What we try to do is we do try to minimize our losing days. If I had a losing day, I have to lose a less amount of money, and I have to lose few times than I win. You get my point? Because, and when I'm in a trade, I need to follow mostly what I know it works for me, not following this one how he trade and that one from what I saw on the internet. It will deceive me to the extent where when I want to decide of what to do, I will be confused, because have already consumed a lot of informations here and there and there. And then they will start to confuse me to the extent where now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do in the first place. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do in the first place. I don't know if I can. You get my point. And this is when it comes to the extent where now people made it to the level where, okay, now uh trading is hard, trading is impossible, it's gambling. Because of what? There is no way you can learn from different people if you want to progress. There's no way you can learn to sing R&B and there's no way you can sing R&B and hip hop at once. You get my point. You need, maybe there are some people who have talents, but there is no talents in trading in first place. There is no talents in trading. There's no way you can be a scalper and a swing trader and at once. It's not possible. You focusing on one thing, that's the main thing you need to remember. New traders, if you are already a new trader, if you already want to start trading, or if you already want to start to learn how to trade, in the first place, focus on one single strategy or one single system which will help you to work for you. For example, let me just, for example, give you an example, a tip, for example. Let me just say, see, like a simple strategy. Let me just show you a simple strategy. Maybe like, for example, how I made money from this trade. For example, from this level, just from this level, you can see that I'm considering that for those who don't know anything about trading, you can see this line I drawn from here, right? This is the line I draw myself. It's not like I just had to, it was there in the chart. This is a line I draw. You can see, I can remove it, I can take it here, I can put it everywhere, right? Anywhere I want it to be. You get my point? This is a line I drew. To mean this is a a resistance level which is which is invisible in the market, which I know how to find it out, for example, from the market structure. I know what is market structure and price action. And what I now need to do in the market, I need to find out what are these levels where the market is expecting to be rejected. You get my point? What are these levels in the market? Since I already know where the market is heading, for example, from here, from the market structure, someone can just come and say, okay, in general, I can see that the market is pushing to the upside in the long run. So will I have to wait for only buy setup if I'm already if the market is heading to the upside? Like, for example, this is rust, this is in January, this data are for January. In the long run, because I'm not a swing trader, for me to say I will look for buys because the overall market is trending up. I already know the market is trending up on gold. But now, since I know that the market is trending up, will I be waiting? I'm an intraday trader. I have bills to pay a month, per week, per day, for example. I have to take care of myself, for example. So will I have to wait for buys just because the market is in a long, like, in the long run is in a bullish trend? Will I have to wait for buys? That is to simply mean that the bills won't wait for me. I have bills to pay. I trade, and that's what my I pay my bills from. That's where I pay whatever from. That's my source of income. That's my main source of income. So since I already know that, okay, if I'm a trend trader and I trade depending on the trend, I depend on the trend. So if my trend is an uptrend and I want to focus on me trying to enter in a trade, for example. So if I'm in an intraday trader or I'm a day trader, I want to take a trade within a day and come out within a day. I want profits daily. You get my point? I want to make money daily. I want to make that $100 daily. I want to make that $500 every day. I want to make that $1,000 every day, every week. I want a consistent income in the market. So now a simple example, a simple system which one maybe confuse me. There is someone on internet who will tell you, if you are a trend trader, only look for buys. For example, let me show you. Only look for buys. If the overall trend is buy, and that's what we do. But now, how do we, if you are already an intraday trader, how do we come up with looking for sales, whereas we are trend traders? For us to make what? To make money, to make that money, we have bills to pay. We have whatever to take care of. You get my point? So for me now, to do that is when I need to come out and know, okay, I need that skills for me now to be taking trades daily. Okay, my point. Not just to jump in trade, but for at least for me to analyze the market and see where the market heads to in general. Because there is a possibility that in an intraday, because there is different reversals. For example, there is a pullback, there is a reversal, and there is what we call a recession, a crash of the market. You know this kind of pullbacks of the market. You get my point. For those who are ready, there is this is just a pullback to mean lets the market pull back a little bit and head to the upside. You get my point? There's different kind of pullbacks in the market. So now, if you already know how that the market can be uptrend and a certain period of time it can be downtrend. So to me, I'm not limited on me taking buys only. I can take buys or sell because there is a certain place whereby the market will be pushing to the upside, and at some point the market will push into the downside because there is no way the market will just head to the upside. This is not even stock market. Just we hope for stock market to keep going to the upside because we only make money in stock market when the stock is going to the like when it's heading upside. You get my point? So if I'm already trading now, what I want to make sure is I want to make sure that okay, like I'm at the extent, I'm at the level whereby okay, uh I want to take a certain trade for today. So if I already know that there is levels in the market where the market where the trend can be from an uptrend shifting to the downtrend, where what that's what we call change of characters. If you can see properly, the trend was heading to the upside, and then at a certain period of time, the market made a change of character to start pushing to the downside. You can see my point. There's now a period where it will now start to keep pushing back to the upside. Whereas on gold, the overall short-term trend is kind of bearish for the short-term trend because it have been showing the signs for bearish momentum in the market. So to simply mean that the trades we are taking on gold right now, we should be careful on the market structure. We should be careful on the market structure. Should be careful on the market structure. What is the market structure saying in general? Get my point? What is the market structure saying in general right here? So if I can see properly, there is a clear change of character right here. Let me analyze God right now. Let's analyze a little bit on God. Simplifying this code for this for you to understand how just a simple strategy can make a lot of money for you without you even panicking and focus on this money is making million. If you can make $10 on your account and you go on Instagram and you find someone made $1 million on a certain account, you just made the same amount. You just took the same setup. It's just that your lot size are different. Your lot size are different. You just use different lot size. You get my point? You just use different lot size depending on the account. Someone used an account of 1 million and you used an account of $10. There is no way. Even maybe let me say, even in Leo life, if you open a shop worth $10 and someone else opens a shop worth $100 or $1,000, the income will be the different, right? That person with a shop worth $1,000 will make a lot of income more than that one who opened a shop of worth $10. The same thing if the crash comes, if someone who wants to lose, or if there's a certain period whereby the market is not good, that person who invested $1,000 will even lose a lot of money more than that person who opened a shop of $10, for example. You get my point? That's the difference is the account balance or the worth of the company. If a company is worth millions and the company is worth thousands, the change in either profits or losses will be different because depending on the amount. You get my point? So if you already know that, you should now remember that you should stop being deceived of the screenshots you see on Instagram. That screenshot of $1 million or $1,000 profit, you can also make it. It's just that it's different account. You're using different accounts. You have different skills as well, but this you're taking same setups. It just you forgetting about how much the person is making. You just took the same setup, but you use different lot sizes. That's what matters. You get my point? Your account balance is different. That's why you saw someone making $1,000, someone making $2,000, and start to think, oh, they know how to swim more than you. You just have different accounts, nothing else. Different account balance, nothing else. Now, see for example, if I can already see that the gold have already made uh, a break of character. To mean it was in uptrend, they have now started shifting to downtrend. So now, what I need to do, I need now to find out what are the levels after. Let me say that the market was at this level. Let me say the market was here. The left things haven't yet came or they didn't happen yet. I'm just analyzing this level. You get my point? The market was maybe this at this level. And then I already know that the market have created a break of character. Now, what I will find out is to say, I will find out these levels whereby the market have been rejected most of the time. If I can see properly, the market was rejected from here. It came up and it came down again. Even here, it came up and it came down again. Let me even remove this for you to don't be deceived. Let me remove it. Let me remove them. If I already saw that the market have created break of character, now if I see properly, as simple as that, the market came and rejected this level. It started pushing to the upside and it was rejected. Even here, it tried pushing to the upside and it was rejected. Even here, it tried and it was rejected. Now, if I try to connect, let me remove these drawings for me to see the chart properly. If I now try to connect these levels, I'm expecting the market to do the same thing in the future. If it comes, let me say, if I connect this level and this level, you can see, I'm expecting the same thing in the future. I'm expecting the market to do the same thing in the future. So what I do, I connected this this pullback or this rejection point or this peak point with this same peak point because I can't, it's not, this one is not parallel, let me ignore it. And then what I will do is I will extend it to see if the market will come back in the future, what will happen in the future. If the market comes back in the future, what will happen? And then I extend it. You see, it was, I expected that the market was at this level. These other things was not yet shown up in the chart. And then what I have done is I extended it in the future to expect the market to do the same thing in the future. See, you can see my point. This was not yet here. This was not yet here. Again, my point. This was not yet here. I saw this level. The market came and rejected. The market came and came down again. To mean there was a level which was preventing the price from rising to the upside. To mean there was a resistance zone at this certain level. If the market can come here and get rejected and come here and get rejected, there is a certain zone in this level which is rejecting the market. To mean in the future, if the market comes back to this level, it will do the same thing. See what happened? The market still came. Anytime it came back to this level, boom, it crashed, right? This is a simple strategy. For example, a simple, very simple. I didn't come and go here and I just made it simple. In my training, I made it simple and what I focused on what the market does in general, which is market structure. I did what I focused on what the market does. I would focus on market structure. I firstly knew that the market have started pushing to the upside, downside, which is to mean I confirmed a change of character here, and then I started looking for sales. I started looking for sales. After me confirming that the market started pushing to the upside, downside, now I have looked for these levels which are preventing the market from pushing to the upside, which is a resistance level. So now I drawn my resistance level to wait for the market to come to this level, and then I set the market. You get my point? I set the market. So I waited this level, boom. I drew the line, I extended it. Let me even remove this one. I joined this level and extended it, boom. And then I waited for the market to come back to this level. So the market, when it came back to this level, see what happened? It pushed and then it got reversed. It got a rejection. This rejection, if you can see properly, I have a rejection level. Learn from this. I hope you have where to note down this important information. This rejection, the time, even this is what most traders makes as a mistake. You can see that I have the first touch from here. This was my first, I consider this as my first touch. I had the first touch here, the second touch. I waited for the market to come back to this level for the third time. You, you can see, right? First, can say here, first, I won't consider this as second time because this was just a what we call liquidity. You can see the market came to liquidate this level. So I won't consider this. You can see it came to liquidate this level. I consider this one as just one single uh single touch on the trend, and then second touch, and then I extended this line because the line is made of two dots, right? One, two, and then I join them and extend it to expect the same thing in the future. You get my point? This is a simple, very simple strategy. which it won't complicate your life, it won't complicate your what, but you're still making money. You're just now focusing on the same thing easily, simply, without you thinking on other traders, their SMC, there's things which need you. Mm-mm. You just need to focus on your strategy. Focus on what you know works for you. I'm not trading this with you now. After you entering, it will be hard for you to keep it to your take profit. Now this is the first step of first of all, simplify the scales. Simplify what you know. Simplify, because it's not all about the strategy. Trading is not all about the strategy. So simplify your strategy as much as possible. That's the first thing. Simplify your strategy as much as possible. You get my point? That's the first step. Simplify your strategy as much as possible. And then now you focus on the risk management and psychology. That's the first thing now we are going to talk about. Now, see, if I already waited for the price to come to this level, now what I did is, when it came here, it didn't mean after it touching on my trend line, I should enter the market. Didn't mean I should enter the market. That's what the market didn't mean. That's what I didn't mean here. I wanted to mean, if the market came to this level, it was time for me to watch out what the market or what the price is doing for me to decide what to do. To get my point, it was time for me to watch out what the market is trying to do for me to decide what to do. You get my point? When it came, let me repeat it again. When it came back to this level, for me to expect that same rejection, because there was a possibility for the market to keep pushing to the upside. Byashobokaga ko isoko ryari kuza, market yari kuza, aho kugira ngo imanuke nk'uko nabishakaga, ikikomereza. Kugira ngo nirinde kugesinga cyangwa se gufomboza ibigiye kuba, ndategereza entry cyangwa se confirmation. I do have to wait for a confirmation in the market for me to avoid guessing in the market. When it comes to you guessing in trading, this is when you mess up everything. Trading is not all about guessing. Trading is a skills, what you know. Most of people doesn't know how to use their skills. They just find themselves in the era of them guessing. They're trying to guess what will happen, this and this and that. You get my point? Whereas trading is not all about guessing. Trading is skills. That's what I'm showing you from here. Trading is skills. So when the market came to this level, I waited for this rejection. So to me, I waited for the next, because this is 30 minutes time frame, I waited for the next candlestick to form so that I can see, will it break and close above, or it will create a rejection. After the market creating a rejection, what I did was to an entry model. What confirms me that the market is going to keep pushing to the downside is for it to break that low level or closing level of that bearish candlestick, which is that level. So the next candlestick had to break that level for me to confirm that the market is going to keep pushing to the downside. So my entry point was at this level. Where is my sell tick? My entry point was at this level after the break of the candle, you can see. And then my stop loss was a little bit, because there was a possibility for the market to come and retest this trend line and then keep pushing. So I will keep my stop loss a little bit up here, and then target what? If my target is 1/2, because I always target, you will see in my charts, my strategy, I always target the next swing. You will see most of these red lines. These red lines simply mean these are my targets. Otherwise, I can extend my target. If I had the target here, I would have also targeted this level, because I already came out after the I didn't take this trade. I would have already came out after the break of this point, because this would be 1/2, right? Clearly 1/2. Otherwise, me targeting this level, because this I mostly target the swing points. Depending on what? Depending on market structure. We already know that if the market is pushing to the downside, it will be doing like this, doing like this, doing like this. So we're breaking the lowest point, breaking the lowest point, breaking the lowest point. You get my point? So now, if I'm targeting these levels, what I'm doing is that I'm targeting the lowest point of the market because I already know that the market is pushing to the downside. So now my target will be these red lines. This is the swing point. This is the swing point. So I'm targeting these swing points in the market. You can see, right? That was my target. So simply mean I entered here and then boom, see where the market went. 1/2. One. This was a clear 1/3. Without you panicking. Just few minutes, boom, 1/3. As simple as that. Not you focusing on this. No. If you do this, if you focus on only this for 2 days, one year, it will be easy for you to master it in few months. That's why it takes me my academy. That's why my academy takes only 3 months. You take only 3 months to master all this because we are focusing on one single thing. Because trading is simple. It's people who makes it, who exaggerate it and start to connect things. You are connecting SMC for you to look like you are a skilled trader. No skill. There is no talent in this. For you for example, if you are a nurse or if you are a doctor, you need to have skills of eyes, how eyes work, how your veins work, how your ears work. In trading, it doesn't work like that. That person with a simple strategy and a strong mindset, those are the people who we have in the industry making money. Not this one who wants to read books. No, trading doesn't work like. Simplify your strategy as much as possible. What you need to do is consistency. Keep on doing the same things today, tomorrow, next of two. Keep on doing the same things. And first month, second, the same things. Keep looking for same setups. You get my same setups. Not even you starting to say, okay, I'm now trying to look for same setups daily. Your setups, your trades should look alike. If you see properly, my trades, because this was an empty chart. Otherwise, my setups are always the same. If I'm taking a buy, you will find out that my buy looks like the same buy I took last week because of what I have consistency. I focus on one single thing for me to master it. For me to master how to drive, for example, I need to be driving always. And I need to be using for me to have my style of driving, for example, I need to be having that unique thing which I do every day. For example, I'm just giving an example. You get my point? For successful traders, or I mean successful singers, they have their own unique way of singing, which makes people uh love them because these are the things which they are not used to get, for example. But now when it comes to trading, what you do is you are now focusing on that same single thing and take it every day. Take it every day. Take it every day. Get my point? Take it every day, every single day. You're trading, you are taking a same setup every single day. You get my point? See how I analyzed simply and see how the market did the same thing as I planned. So now, if I now want to take a next setup right here, since I already took this trade here, now I will minimize it because this was the take profit. I will minimize it now, and then let me, because this level have been taken out, so I will delete it. So this is the level. The market is targeting now these two levels. Since it's pushing to the downside, the market is now targeting at least this level and this level. So now, since I already know where the market is targeting, because if you can see properly gold, what it have did, in general, what gold have did, you can see the market structure pushing to the downside. Though it didn't break the lowest point, there is a possibility, if it doesn't break this level, to keep pushing the upside, there is a possibility of now to take out these low levels. Because gold depend mostly on taking out the levels, which are what we call liquidity in general. So this is what we are expecting on gold in general. So now, if you're now looking for opportunities on gold, these are the levels where we know gold is targeting, depending on, if now I have to look for a level which gold have to break, depending on my strategy. Depending on my strategy, now I have to look for, if I'm looking for a sell or if I'm looking for a buy, for example, if I'm looking for a buy or a sell, for example, what I'm doing is I'm now I mean, here I'm looking for a sell because the market structure is heading to the downside. Depending on how the market would act if it comes to this level, because it didn't break this lowest point, so there is a possibility for the gold to target this level. You get my point? So it will depend on how it will act on my points of interest. Point of interest to mean it's the point whereby I want the market to come. Like where I took this trade, this line was my point of interest, where I have to keep my eye on. You get my point? Where I had to keep my eye on. If the market comes to this level, this will be my point of interest. This will be my point of interest. So the other point of interest I have now to find out the support level in the market, because I need to always find out what are the resistance level, what are the support level. And the resistance and support level we use in this market, we use trend lines, diagonal resistance and support level, which are this one. I already have a level here where the market rejected both on gold. This is gold 30 minutes time frame. Already have this level. So right now my points of interest is this one and this one. If I'm looking for a sell, I will consider a rejection from here. If the market comes to this point, depending on how it will react, behave, if it confirms a breakout, I will confirm a test and then push to the downside. That's what I'm expecting. So my points of interest on gold right now at these both levels. We are expecting gold to come. We are expecting gold to create these moves. Depending on how it will react from here, if it reacts and come back to this, because this will be the third touch, I'm not expecting to buy because it's third touch. I have to know, because it's third touch, it doesn't mean I have to buy. Because it's third touch, I have to consider what is the market structure in general. Excuse me a little bit. Excuse me. Mm, Now, because this will be the third touch, and I already told you that if it's the third touch, I have to buy. No, if it comes to this level, it simply means I have to watch how the market will be behaving. You get my point? Get how the market will be behaving at this level. But because in the long run, I have a break of structure to the downside, to mean the market will be keep pushing to the downside. So I'm expecting the market, if it comes to this level and it confirms a breakout, this is when I will take the trade. Otherwise, I'm not looking for a buys trade on gold today. I'm not looking for buys trade on gold today. I'm not looking for buys trade on gold today. Except if gold confirms what? Confirms a breakout of this market structure right here. Otherwise, I'm not looking for gold today, for gold buys today. You get my point? So what I have right here is to wait for the market to either breakout, create a breakout and a retest, and then push to the downside. This is what I'm expecting on gold. Otherwise, if it confirms to keep pushing to the upside, I'm expecting a rejection from this. No, because this can be obvious. So them obviously there will be, at this level there will be a manipulation. They have to be a manipulation because of what? It will be simple for someone to say, anytime the market comes to this line, I will sell. It will be simple. And these people, they don't want you to make money. So simply mean that if you're already a trader, the other mistake you should not make is when it comes to you knowing a strategy, you should know what are the rules of a strategy. I should not sell, I should not enter in sales on gold right here unless I confirm me, because I you already also need to learn how to know how to know the manipulations, how to know when the manipulations are done for the market to start pushing to the downside. There is a possibility for gold to come and deceive people that is gonna keep pushing to the downside and then come back, click your stop loss, and then boom, sell with a very long. It does that a lot of time, and then it's like, oh, how did the market do this? Just need to, if you already know that the market is pushing to the downside, and you already know that the market, this is The market came here, one, two, three, four. Five, there is no way the market will do the same thing on this level. So you need to remember that there might be a manipulation at this level. There is no way they can make it easy for everyone because you can see that this line it can just come to be easy. If it was like that, even old people will just trade. Old people to mean there's people of 100 years. You can just teach them how to trade and just draw this line anytime the market comes to this level, set it. It will be easy everyone will be trading, I swear. But because we need to know, you need to have skills of and kind of experience. This also comes with experience, but now if you have a mentor or if you have someone who is training you who already knows these kinds of moves, either we teach I always know that if it's not experience which have to deal with mentor experience, this is practical experience. You can learn practical experience, but you can't learn mentor experience. So this is something you can learn. This experience you can learn it. That's why I'm telling it to you. You get my point? So if I'm expecting the market to sell, I'm not looking for a deceiving pullback on this level because the market will cut me down and then start to misbehave here and then boom, push the downside. God does this a lot of time. If you're already a trader and you know how you already trade God, let me know about this. Let me know if you didn't face this. For those who already trade God, let me know if I'm lying on this. For those who already trades God, are we on the same page? God does this the same, the most of the time. To just come accumulate some minutes to deceive people who already because if it was like that, trading would be easy for everyone. But the reason why it's not easy is because uh need to know first of all how the market works and what the people from the other side thinks. If you are a trader and you want to learn from experience as well, you need to always consider what does other people thinks from the opposite side behind our screen. What these people who controls the market, what are they thinking in general? You get my point? What are they thinking before you take a trade? What are they thinking? Apart from me knowing that if the market comes to this level, if the market comes to this level, I will be selling because I already know that it came here, I saw it. It came here, I saw it. It came here, I saw it. So even if it come here, I will sell. No, it won't happen like that. They won't do it like that. They won't make it easy like that. So for you to take trades easily, you need to follow your plan in the first place. And my plan will be, I need to watch out because I'm not looking for buys right here. I will unless if the market comes and break this level and the retest, that's when I will look for buys. Otherwise, from here, me looking for buys from here, I will firstly consider what is the market doing when it comes to this level. How is the manipulation? I will wait for the manipulation to end and then enter in the market. You also need to know how to know that the manipulation is done for you to enter in the market. So if God keeps moving to this level, keeps moving down to this level, we will be expecting a push to the downside. A push to the downside, it breaks and retest, we'll be expecting a push to break out this level. But if it comes back to this level, we need to wait for a confirmation because I'm surely expecting God, I'm surely expecting God to manipulate people from here, to manipulate people from here. Don't look for God anytime. This is our point of interest to mean we watch out if God comes to this level. We watch out how God will behave. We watch out the price action to start to look for how the price will behave, and then start looking for, and then start looking for sales in the market. Otherwise, don't sell because just God came to that level. You get my point? Don't sell because God came to that level. You get my point, right? So let me know for those who already trade God, for those who already trade God, for those who already trade God, let me know your point on this. For those who already trade gold, let me know your point on this. Let me know if we are on the same page. Anyone else who trades gold? Anyone else? Makes sense. All right. Yes, we agree. Yes, gold is always about liquidity. It's always grabs liquidity and run. Yeah, at the end, run. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the point. So it's you just to remember that since you already know that God keeps on creating liquidity pools or liquidity levels, you need to understand, first of all, what are the other people from the other side thinking. If I'm entering in a sell because just God came back on this level, whereas I was already selling, anytime it came from this level, I would sell. It doesn't mean anytime it comes back on this level, I will also sell. You can see, right? New traders will think, okay, because there is this line, if it comes on this level, I will sell. No, you will lose from there. The market will first click your stop loss and then confirms you that it's gonna start pushing to the downside and then click your stop loss again and then boom, it does what you exactly want. Let me know if a lot of people from you, if you're in that level whereby if you are entering a trade and the market first of all comes back to your stop loss and then moves to your direction, you have what to rent. You need to rent something. If you know that the market does that to you always, you take a trade, the market first liquidate you and moves to your direction, you need to rent. You still need to rent something. Yeah, because you need to rent liquidity. What is liquidity in the first place? And market structure. First of all, let me even forget about liquidity. You need to learn what is market structure in the first place. What is market structure and what are the market structure, which involves internal market structure and external market structure. What are the internal market structure and external market structures? You get my point. You need to learn on that. If you're already a trader, because depending on that, my academy is based on new traders who wants to start training from scratch. There is also classes for intermediate traders who already knows how to trade, but they are improving their skills. Like these kinds of mistakes which I'm talking about right now, which most of people make when it comes to trading. These are the most, and I know from you, I know most of you guys, yeah, based on that trend, it will be in supply, it may go down. Yeah, it will go down, yes, it will go down. And then as well, you need to wait for the manipulation. Because obviously there will be a manipulation. There will be a manipulation. So you just don't need to jump in the market just because the market came to this level. No, you don't need to, you just need to wait for the manipulation. The market will manipulate people from here and then start pushing to the downside. And otherwise, if it doesn't come to this level, this is good, 30 minutes time frame. If it doesn't come to this level, we will expect a push to the downside and then we will enter at a retest. We will clearly enter at the retest. Only at the retest. You get my point, right? We wait for the retest to enter in the market. So right now, because it's as well it's the third touch, even the market might manipulate people like this. You just need to understand what is market manipulation. How does market manipulate people? Because someone from here might not understand what is market structure, and then he'll start looking for a buy because it's a third touch. You just need to confirm, okay, this is a third touch. Okay, the market is starting to push the upside. After you entering in a buy, boom, you stop loss. And then, boom, retest. If you can understand what I did here, you are a trader. If you understand what I did here, you are a trader. Because this is the third touch. One, two, three. And then there is a possibility for you to start looking for buys because it's the third touch, right? But if you look overall trend and market structure, the market overall momentum is pushing to the downside. Maybe for it to reject from here, the only possibility is for it to come back to retest to retest the to retest or to clear the fair value gaps, which might be somewhere here, but now there is no fair value gaps right here. I might even not say that I have fair, maybe let me say on 15 minutes, there is there is no fair value because the market have already closed the fair value gap. So there is nothing market might come to do for here. I might say it will reject for it to come to cover the fair value gaps up here. But there is no fair value gaps. Even the market have already retested the 15 minutes the 15-minute supply zone. See that touch. The market have already, to simply mean that the market God have started selling already. You can see, right? You can see it have already retested the 15-minute supply zone. To mean even it have already covered these fair value gaps. So there is nothing mostly for God to come back here for. So and then even on 30 minutes time frame, there is no fair value gap still available. So the most important thing is, and even if it comes here, there will be a manipulation. Otherwise, I'm expecting the market to come and manipulate someone to say it's gonna start pushing to the upside, and then boom, it creates your stop loss. And then even if it comes back, you will think it's gonna buy, and then it's a retest, boom, to the downside. This is where you will start to think trading is gambling or trading is hard. It's not hard. You're just doing what you don't understand. Get my point? Trading is very simple. It's very simple. You're just doing what you don't understand. If you understand what I drawn here, and if this God does this most of the time, the market does this most of the time. This is where you come up with an idea to say trading is not possible or trading is gambling. Trading is not gambling. You just don't understand what the market does. For you to understand the market, you need first of all to understand the market, to think of what these people on the other side thinking. Get my point? You get my point? You can get what I did from here. You can understand what I did from here, right? Uh, Someone said, yeah, based on, we really appreciate your advice. Is it possible to just say, I am only going to use one time frame for analysis and entry like 30 minutes? Yeah, it can depend on what you trade. Otherwise, this is my time frame. This is what I consider. This is what my time frame looks like. This is what my time frame looks like. I only use 30 minutes time frame. I only use 30 minutes time frame. Otherwise, you can use anything. If you decide to use my time frame, it's also fine. Otherwise, I only use me. I use for entries and everything. I use 30 minutes time frame. Yep. Is it possible that you can analyze the market I single time in single time frame? No. Yeah, if you can access the whole screen, yeah, it's possible. Otherwise, you analyzing with a one single time frame, it's yeah, at least use a higher time frame a bit, like times two of your higher time frame or times three. That is to mean if I'm analyzing on 30 minutes time frame, I'm uh, I'm uh, I'm using a higher time frame like 1 hour or like 1 hour or 4 hours time frame. Yeah. Yeah, anyone who have a question on this before we continue on the last one? Anyone who got any question? Let me know if you have any question about what I have talked right now. Niba hari ufite ikibazo ku byo maze kuvuga ubu ngubu before yuko dukomeza, wambwira. As well, hasigaye iminota mike ngo session irangire. Uwaba afite ikibazo yambaza. It's clear, totally clear. All right. Totally clear, totally clear. All right. So let's go ahead and analyze on clear papa. All right. Perfect. Yeah, first of all, for those who are already traders on gold, first of all, if you understood what I did here, make it clear to say the reason why I did this because I already know that first of all I had to think of for me to don't make a mistake to start looking for buys because it's a third touch, because we always know that we can look for buys on third touch, the first touch, second touch, first touch, and then start looking for buys. The market will manipulate you and show you that it's gonna push to the upside to believe in to make you believe in your strategy and then push down because the overall trend, the overall momentum of the market is bearish. The market structure is pushing to the downside, and there is no clear value gaps for the market to come back to fix or to come back to cover. And to simply mean that even the ones which was there, the market have already pulled back to cover them and then start pushing to the downside. You get my point? So what we have here is we have here we need to wait for the market to break this level. To break this level, we are only looking for sales on gold today. We're waiting for the market to break this level, and then we wait for a retest and then start pushing to the downside. You get my point? We're waiting for a breakout on gold. This is 30 minutes time frame, and then start pushing to the downside. So the mistakes I have already created is to say, if the market comes to our trend line or our points of zone, doesn't mean we have to enter in the market. It simply means that we need to wait for what the market is gonna do. We need to keep an eye on that same position. Let me make it clear for you guys. Let me make it clear. Let me hope you're understanding this. If the market came to your point of interest or your trend line or the level where you wanted the market to start, there is no need for you to just enter unless you're looking for a sniper entry. But this snipe, you get a sniper entry once a month. Unless you want to be happy once a month. Otherwise, if you're looking for sniper entries, you are increasing your chances to lose. So to mean you're creating a bigger loom for your for your losses. Whereas you always need to wait for a confirmation in the market because the market doesn't care about your entry, your strategy. What you need to know is, since I already know that the market doesn't care about my strategy, so now what I have to do is to focus on what is to focus on my entries, my exit models, my plan in general. Get my point? And I hope for those who have been doing these mistakes, it's cleared for now. Don't enter in the market because you want a sniper entry or you want to. There's no one to impress. If you want to show to send a screenshot to people that I want to send a screenshot to other traders to show them that I'm good at trading. I made a sniper entry. In the first place, are they carry? Are they the ones who are gonna approve your withdrawals? Are they the ones who are gonna make you profitable? This screenshot doesn't matter. Forget about you showing people that you know how to trade. You want to show them sniper entries. No, it doesn't matter. There are some trades I take, sniper entries and whatever, and sometimes I don't need to post them in the group. Sometimes, unless if it's something I want you to learn from there, that's when I post it. Otherwise, sometimes I will post my profits, or I won't. Sometimes I even want. I sometimes be like, I should stop posting my profits because this is not a group I should just come and show you what I'm. No, it's just a group for learning. This is a Telegram channel for learning. My academy is all based on learning. I can do that to motivate you, but it doesn't matter. What matters in the first place? Are you progressing? Are you progressing in the first place? So that's the point right now. And now this is gold. We analyze right now. Let's see about GBP USD. About GBP USD, as simple as that. GBP USD now we have got a downtrend movement. I've got a downtrend movement. They have been breaking lows. They have been breaking lows. Can see from here. They have been breaking lows, creating market structures, and we have a support level around down here on the higher time frame. What I always do, I first recome on higher time frame to find out what are the levels of interest. Let me delete these lines. Let me delete these lines for me to find out the levels of interest. Since I already know that the market is this is my support level, the market is pushing to this support level, and the market have been breaking, creating break of character to start pushing to the downside on the higher time frame. To me now, I already know where the market is heading to. So I have to mark out on higher time frame, I have to mark out my levels where the market is heading to with my red line. For those who already know how I trade, they already know the meaning of these red lines. That's my strategy. That's my no brain. If you see my red line, know that whatever have to happen, the market have to break these lines. Okay, that's market structure. I already understand what is market structure. You get me here? So now let me see. These are the levels. I already took them out on the higher time frame, and this level where maybe I'm expecting a rejection on the higher time frame. So this is my support level on higher time frame. So I will now shift in lower time frame because I know the direction of the market. I will now shift to the lower time frame because I do what? I do know the direction of the market. So now this is my 1 hour time frame. I will now look for the levels. I already have this level. They have this level. Then I shift to the. You see, I went to 4 hour time frame for me to look for where the market is heading to. I will zoom it in a bigger picture to see the market structure in the bigger picture. You see, this was in March in like some days ago, some 3 weeks ago. For me to see the bigger picture where the market is heading, you can see the market is heading to the downside. So I read that the market is targeting this level and this level as well. So now I shift to higher time frame, 1 hour time frame for me to find out. And then shift to 30 minutes time frame for me to see now where is the market heading. Now to find out, okay, and now if you can see now what we have here, we will now, since the market have already moved, what we do is that we will now, if you can see properly, the market have already broke this structure. GBP USD have already broke this structure. And what we had here is to say we had this level right here. We had this level, that same level, which we was expecting. If the market pushes to the upside, we was expecting a rejection to the downside. You can see, right? Because this would be our third touch. This would be our third touch to follow also our trend as well our market structure. So this is fine. And since it didn't come here though, then we're gonna invalidate it. And then since the market have already broke out from this zone, then it started pushing to the downside. What we are now having is to say we're now expecting a retest, and then boom, we're now waiting for a retest and then push to the downside. This is the analysis on GBP USD. We're now waiting for a retest and then push to the downside because the market have already moved. Otherwise, uh, they would have had, check properly. Maybe it might take out for the long run. It's possible. So we will wait for a retest and then start pushing to the downside. Get my point? Otherwise, if we had to consider an entry from here, let's see, for example, this won't make sense, right? So what we have to do is we need to wait for a retest and then market gonna start pushing to the downside. So we need to confirm a retest, then start pushing to the downside. So that's all. That's all for gold and as well. That's all for GBP USD. And then so someone asked me how correctly draw a trend line. Do we consider wicks? No, we don't consider wicks. We consider the body of the candle. Nari mfite ikibazo nka bingahe bya matsiko. Ni ayahe mahirwe abanyeshuri bari muri akademi yawe babona? Tuvuge urugero nko kuba wabafasha gutangira gutradinga bakabona inyungu nk'uburyo bwo kubaha motivation. Ese ujya utanga service ya copy trading? Ikindi nagusaba ni uko wapininga amakuru ajyanye na courses, subscription, plan and other service you provide. Alright, mbashije kubipininga. Alright, sava. That's the iyo niyo amakuru ajyanye na academy yanjye, fees umuntu yishyura, and then ni mu gihe kingana n'amezi atatu. Mu gihe kingana n'amezi atatu. In a gap for someone, for those who didn't understand what this person was trying to talk about, he was trying to ask, like, he had three questions whereby, like, what are the opportunities do I offer to my students in my academy whereby they can access to make money from it, or they can access profitability, or they can access like them having the free PDF, please. All right. Let me respond to this one first. Like, what are the opportunities do they have get in my academy so that they can also be making money as well studying? Or else, do I offer copy trading? Or he was also asking me to pin about my academy, about my academy intake requirements, for what you require for you to start trading in my academy or gutangira kwiga. Ni mu gihe kingana n'amezi atatu, and as well you do also access my live trading and my like my signals. You do also access signals. I also do offer signals. And as well, if we are live trading, because we mostly have this kind of sessions, we have this kind of session where you join, we learn from this, like a better way of learning. Like, you can hear me properly, you can see my screen properly, you can hear. For those who are always drafting at how can I study forex trading from online? Take an example from this one. I was analyzing the chart, you could hear me properly, you could see my screen properly. So it doesn't mean for you to travel to come to my class, physical class or what. Online classes are enough for you to make money and for you to learn. As you can see, unless if it's not clear for you, or unless if it was hard for you to understand me from here. Otherwise, this is how we read, and that's my classes. I don't offer copy trading, but it's the same as you copying my trade. If you're in my academy, I always show you how I enter my trades. Because that's what I teach you. I teach you how to trade. I teach you how to take this trade. I will teach you how to enter the trade. I will teach you how to come out of the trade. I teach you which trade to take and which trade to don't take. So from there you come to understand properly. It's like copy trading, because you will be copying what I trade, right? And then about the pinning of the April intake, I have an April intake which is open right now. I'm offering not more than 20 seats. So if you want to start trading, or if this session made it clear for you to understand how my online classes looks like, yeah, you are free to join my academy. This is how we run for those who wants to start training from zero, or for those who are already traders but they are not profitable, they are not consistent, they want to join my community for them to access having that profitability to cancel these bad habits they keep on making. Yeah, you are free to join my academy. You text me on Telegram or Instagram or WhatsApp. My numbers is there. Everything is available. So You can text me and register and start your academy in a gap of 3 months. Because this, you only pay 100,000 Rwandan francs, that's around 70, $80, somewhere there, in for 3 months, not every month, for 3 months. Because it's simple. It's for 3 months. I don't want to trade to charge. I already do my trades, but I need to have an academy as well. I need to have my community. So this what you pay is just the time me I take up exclusive from my tradings, my excluding from my time I would be have been trading and doing what. Now you just only pay for the time, nothing else. And then the PDF, the learning books, they're all for free. The signals, the live tradings, they're all for free. What do you cover? This 100,000 you pay is just the time. Now the rest of the things they are free of charge. It's just for you to join my community, to feel like you have paid a price for it to run. Otherwise, this it's not for every month, it's just for 3 months. 3 months. Just pay 100,000 once and then get signals for the rest of the 3 months. You get my point? So that's simple, that's easy. Hero numva mbere yo gutangira session wajya ureba nimba twese twumva Kinyarwanda, then you may use it. Yeah, before I start the session, I had to excuse everyone if you doesn't hear English or Kinyarwanda for you to let me know. Yeah, I did it in the session. Maybe you joined late. I always consider that there's people who are in this session who doesn't know English, who doesn't know Kinyarwanda. Yeah, I do consider. That's why in my sessions I do use both languages for us to understand it properly. Wadukoreye na Euro USD tukareba uko turi buyice. Someone wants me to analyze Euro USD, please gira icyo uvuga ku maprofilm ese ni iyihe iri legit watubikomanda. Iyo nabahaye, I gave a someone is asking which legit profile we should ask you or I should recommend you to be using. I gave you a link. There is a link in the group for Funded Next. That's the one I use currently. That's Funded Next is the one I use. That's the one you can use. I shared the link. You can create the account and then buy the challenge and start trading. And then someone said, Nashagaga kubaza about Funded Next. When you try sign up, Rwanda is not there and the country's code phone also what's wrong. Can we get your WhatsApp number? My WhatsApp number, let me send it in the session. My WhatsApp number, let me share it here. That's yeah, that's my WhatsApp number. For this, either if you have any query or anything, or you want to register to start to join my academy, yeah, you would text me from there. That's my WhatsApp number. Yeah. Which broker trades synthetic? That's deriv broker. N'uburyo zikora ibyiza byazo ni ibihe? You're talking about Profem? Maybe regarding this, we can consider them in the next session. In the next session, because the time is almost over. And ese koko Funded Next igwa cash kuri iriya challenge baguha mbere yo gupasinga? Yeah. Biterwa na account, it depends on the account you have bought. Otherwise, they do offer, I guess, 15% if from the challenge amount you bought and the challenge profit you bought. They do offer 15% from the challenge you bought. Do offer 15% from the challenge you bought. If it's from the profits, they do offer 15%. Yeah, from the profits you added up and from the amount you got it. Mostly, depending on the account you bought, mostly they refund you the full amount you bought the challenge after you passing it. Yeah, so you need to be careful of which account you want to buy. They are different. Erit and Erit, they are different. Express, they're different account. You need to choose because there are different options of the accounts. You need to choose before you decide to enter in the market. I mean, you decide to buy. You need to read first of all what are the requirements, what do they require before you read. Wow, funded next. Yeah, it's nice. That's what I have been using. That's what I tried mostly. And that's what I'm currently trading. Ntabwo nasobanukiwe n'ibijyanye n'uburyo utangamo amasomo. Ni physical class cyangwa ni online class? Udufashe utubwire iminsi yo kwiga n'igihe class itangirira n'igihe irangirira. Alright. Class twiga iminsi itatu mu cyumweru, 3 days in a week. Iminsi itatu mu cyumweru, twiga iminsi itatu mu cyumweru, class zitangira mu mugoroba. We learn always, like my classes, we do have free studying classes in a week. Free class studying classes in a week, whereby they mostly start around after the work in the afternoon, after working times, around 7 p.m. Rwandan time. Like for those who are already in Rwanda, ni saa moya z'umugoroba nibwo classes zitangira. Saa moya n'umugoroba nibwo classes zitangira. Then tukiga iminsi itatu mu cyumweru, 3 days in a week, from 7 p.m. Rwandan time. For those who are already in USA, that's nearly that's 10 around 12 a.m. And for those who are already in India, Mumbai time, that's 10:30 p.m. Yeah. So and ukiga igihe kingana n'amezi atatu, that's a free month for you to complete everything. For me to give you what you need, not just to just take this and this, which won't make sense for you. For you to become the trader, I already told you don't need to focus on this and that and that. You get my point? You need to focus on what works in the first place. What works for you in the first place? What works in the market? That's what we focus on these 3 months of running. So we will be uh, in the gap of 3 months, muri icyo gihe cy'amezi atatu umaze kugera kuri level yuko watangira trading ku giti cyawe. Kuko focusinga ku bikenewe, ibyo bidakeneye bitazanagufasha ntago mbitindaho. Sibyo? Focusinga ku bikenewe nkamenya sure yuko icyo gihe ugomba kugira ni consistency. What time frame is better to use? Funded next yishyura ku kwezi cyangwa ni 2 week? Iyo utangiye after you passing the challenge, you need to have 3 weeks, free 21 trading days for you to access a payout. That's 21 paying days for you to access a payout. And then after you accessing the first payout, they can pay you. There is a one for you to pay every week or paying you after 2 weeks. It depends on what one you choose. Yeah, for these other questions, we will answer them in the next session. In the next session, let's end the session from here. If you already have any other question, and for those who asked for the number, for my WhatsApp number, I've already shared it in the comment section. You will check it from there. I've already shared it in the comment section. That's my WhatsApp number. For those who wants to ask me, or for those who wants to register for starting off, for those who wants to ask more about my classes, that's my WhatsApp number. Otherwise, let's end the session from here. Let's see about our trades. You can see that God is coming to our point of interest, so we will watch out the chart. And the better time frame to use. Someone asked me about the better time frame. The better time frame is 30 minutes. For me, it's 30 minutes. And then GBP USD, let's see. You can see that it's trying to come back and retest, then push to the downside. These are the two trades we're expecting to take right now. So let's wait for the market to act and then we follow. So let's end the session from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. And if this session created an impact or it created a change, let me see your reaction. Thanks a lot for all, brother. I appreciate. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I was asking about there is a ko mu Rwanda itemewe, mwadufashije ni iki wadufasha kugira ngo tuyibonemo access?
Derive ntabwo okay kubera ibi bintu by'intambara bihari no ku restricting u Rwanda muri ibi bintu I guess yuko bayikuyeho kubera nyine ibyo babaye bayi restricting and I guess yuko bigenda kurangira so I think we will access it after some time. Let's wait and see. It will come back after some time. If you maybe don't have time to wait for that, you can use if you have a friend in another country, they can create an account for you. It's also fine. Otherwise, you can be used. I will send you another for because I'm making a research on other ones which are available in Rwanda currently. So I will inform you. Nzabinforma hari research ndi gukora ku zindi zihari zemera u Rwanda. So I will inform you. Nta kibazo. So let's end the session from here. Iyi session iraba iri recorded. Ndayipostinga ndayishyira muri group ku buryo ushobora kuba wayisubiramo ibyo utumvishe neza ukaba wabisubiramo nta kibazo. So yeah, full video kuva dutangira kugera ubu ngubu iraba iri
Sugira,
recorded. Alright, someone is calling me. Yeah,
hello.
yes, hello.
Na funded
Mm.
next nayo ntago iri gukunda ko twa creating account. Nayo ni ikibazo cy'uko bari restrictinze cyangwa like it's my personal problem?
Ntabwo uri kubonaho u Rwanda. Ntabwo u Rwanda ruri kugaragaraho. Sibyo?
Ego,
And
ego.
a
Mm.
few days ago it was there. Ushobora kuba wagira like let me see about wenda kuri funding next wenda twareba niba itari kwemera at the moment it's okay dushobora gukoresha na FTMO nayo nta kibazo ndi gukora research ku ziri available right now is itari restricted currently so I will inform you kuri zo nta kibazo niba funding next taragira I go see yuko after some
FTM
time
se
mhm
FTM yo kwishyura ukoresha iyihe metode kugira ngo ube wakwishyura? Kuko nari nabonye harimo amabanki mu Rwanda adakoresha confirmo, banki zitazwi ukuntu.
kuko ntabwo uri restricted kuguma mu Rwanda gusa ushobora kujya mu mahanga ushobora kujya aho ariho hose kugira ngo wirinde ibyo ngibyo kugira ngo uzajye ukoresha banki yawe mu Rwanda gusa bisaba yuko none ufungura Binance account nyine uzakoresha USDT ku buryo ushobora kuyikoresha aho waba uri hose Binance account maybe iyo session nayo nshobora kuzayigira yo gukorera Binance account nayo nshobora kuzayigira otherwise niyo iri available aho wajya hose kwishyura ukoresheje USDT cyangwa cryptocurrencies nibwo buryo bwiza utiriwe ujya gukoresha amabanki ukagura USDT ukazishyura nibwo buryo bworoshye kandi bwihuse ntago watubwiye ibyiza bya synthetics you didn't tell us about the pros of synthetics synthetics icyiza cyayo it's mostly like also forex that is simulated it's like simulated forex it picks a random number what comes there is synthetics is not real trading just synthetics it's a synthesized so what is there that it have a bigger leverage so that you can use a smaller account for you to turn it into a bigger. You can access road size of a bigger account by using a smaller account. So the most better thing of synthetics, that's the only thing. The leverage. It offers a big leverage. Iguhereza capacity yo kuba wakaccessinga gufata trade nk'imeze kimwe n'iy'umuntu uri gutradinga bigger accounts. Yeah, that's the basic thing on synthetics. Ibindi wenda nzabivuga muri next session. Reka, let's end the session from here and then see you. Ibindi murabibuze kubirebera muri video. You know, video iraba iri recorded. This is a recorded session. Everything we did from this session, it was recorded. I will post it, then you will watch it from there. Subiramo, you will recap from it, everything, then you understand properly. Then when you want more about it, when you want to learn, this is when you can join my academy, this is when you can join my community for you to improve your skills. So See you in the next session.